Mental story. Now, here's another one from the You Couldn't Make It Up department. Dublin City Council is considering banning buskers from playing wind instruments on the capital's streets. Such a ban would include the Uilleann pipes, which some people argue should be recognised as Ireland's national instrument. Brian Lally reports.
Liam O'Flynn there from Planksty live at Vicar Street, playing on Buchel Quail Dove, one of the great slow airs of Irish traditional music. There won't be too many people playing on Buchel Quail Dove or any other piping tune in the next while on Dublin streets if a motion that's coming before the council next week gets passed. Here's Terry Moylan from the Peabody Uilleann.
We were a bit taken aback, all right, Brian. It seemed to us a poorly thought out measure. We completely understand the issue of aggressive and amplified buskers on the street. They annoy me. But this kind of sweeping prohibition on all wind instruments that they're proposing seems to be kind of out of order. Whoever proposed this particular measure seems to have taken leave of the senses, because your listeners may not know, but it's a blanket ban on wind instruments, and they define wind instruments as brass instruments and woodwind instruments, and that obviously includes the Uilleann pipes, which is arguably Ireland's national instrument.
Do you think the buskers should be limited in what they can play in terms of instruments or amplifiers and things?
Maybe how close together they can play it, but I would say no, because it's not that they're that loud. So, no.
Say I'm walking down the street in California, in LA, would say. Am I going to hear guys playing the saxophone and the trumpet and making a couple of dollars on the sidewalk?
Maybe. We play more like, you hear people playing guitar, and if they're like really fun, they might play like the steel drums or something. But I wouldn't think it to be out of the ordinary, and I don't think anyone would have a problem with it if they heard it.
Well, I don't see why, unless they're actually up and down the streets playing pipes all of the time.
Yeah.
Like, is it in an apartment they're banning it? Is it on the streets they're banning
I think
it?
it's buskers.
Buskers. Okay, buskers. So they're annoying the shops.
Yeah. Uilleann pipes are a lot less noisy than a big Marshall amplifier.
Perhaps they can move along the street every couple of days so they won't be annoying people.
Oh yeah, rotate the annoyance.
Rotate the annoyance.
I would like to see the Uilleann pipe or buskers remain as it's something authentic to Ireland.
Yeah.
And it's a hard instrument to play, so they're very talented people that can play it. Probably a lot more talented than some of the other buskers.
Will it stop you from taking up the pipes yourself?
I am unable to play a musical instrument, so that's like asking me to fly to the moon.
I'm only home briefly, but that would be a shame. Yeah. Well, it's part of the whole spirit and livelihood of, liveliness of the city, so absolutely be a shame if they did away with that.
And if there ever was an Irish instrument, it is the Uilleann pipes, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. That and, that and the harp, but yeah, the two of them together. So, no, they need to rethink that for sure.
It says that the City Council is again wasting time on stuff that's not relevant. As long as there's good music, I don't really care. Dublin's famous for music on the streets. Why are we getting rid of that when they could be worrying about the 30 kilometre an hour speed limit they brought in, what the mess they're making in College Green? There's a lot bigger things to worry about than wasting council time on that.
For Terry Moylan, the timing of this announcement is spectacularly bad.
Ireland this year has applied to UNESCO to have Uilleann piping nominated to the list of intangible cultural heritage of the world. Mm-hmm. This is analogous to, say, the Rock of Cashel or the Cliffs of Moher being declared a World Heritage Site. So the idea that the nation is trying to get a national form of music recognised worldwide, and the capital city at the same time is trying to remove it from the streets, it sends out a very negative image.
You couldn't make it up.
No, it's a kind of left-hand and right-hand stuff, isn't it?
And another thing that I'm struck by is this ban is particularly directed towards the Temple Bar area.
When people started to make this instrument in Ireland, Dublin and Temple Bar was a centre for the craft, and master craftsmen turned out instruments that haven't been equalled yet. They were the Stradivariuses of our country and of our time. Some of them are in museums, but we prefer to see them out in the world. Oh yes, for instance, Liam O'Flynn plays a coin set, not made in Temple Bar, probably in Thomas Street, but not that far. And there are various other classic sets are still in use, and gorgeous instruments. The Uilleann pipes is no more loud than a violinist or a singer with a guitar. It's a wonderful attraction for every city. It's the kind of thing that tourists love to hear, and especially they love to hear the music that is kind of appropriate to the place that they're in. So when they come to Ireland, they're delighted to hear Irish music, and to remove it from the streets is a bizarre kind of idea.
And the vote by Dublin City Council on those amendments to the bylaws governing busking will be held next Monday, the 4th of July. We'll keep you posted on developments. Meanwhile, I'd say there's plenty of pipers out there on their way to the 44th Willie Clancy Summer School. It begins in Milltown Malbay in County Clare tomorrow.
Had your eye on a new big screen TV?